Hello world and welcome to what would be the 5th episode of the Dispositions of Petty Pinky Smiffa with me, your host, Petty Pinky Smiffa. When in doubt, you guys stick that pinky out, you know what I'm talking about. But being the fact that it has been 2, probably 3 months now since I have made a YouTube video, and first off, I do want to apologize because I know a lot of people are probably like, how do you just start a YouTube channel, do 4 episodes, then just go ghost? And I'll tell you, life and depression. And sorry if y'all catch me looking at my phone. I just got a couple notes because there's just some stuff I want to talk about, you know. And but I do think I'm going to change the channel to, instead of the Dispositions of Petty Pinky Smiffa, I think it's just going to be called The Petty Pinky Smiffa Show. And thanks to my wonderful friend Brandy, I truly appreciate you, and you are one of the greatest people I've ever met on this earth that is still continuing to let me use the garage to come over here and shoot content, even though I've been a lazy ass the past 2.5, 3 months. And it really started off with I had gotten a job at this place called the Cajun Steamer. Well, my hours there were 8 to 4, and the latest I can stay here at the garage to shoot content is 4 o'clock. So the whole time I had the job, which was about 2 months, I was not able to really come over here and do anything. And then finally one day, man, like, I understand, and I've talked about this before, but I understand that we have to, like, have, you know, people work jobs, which at this point, I mean, do we? Because everything's being taken over by robots. Or you go into somewhere and you become the employee. I mean, you go to the kiosk, you got to type your order in. You go to the grocery store, you got to check yourself out. And I hate to sound like a Karen, or I'm going to say a Chip, or a Frank, because that's my dad's name. And if you know, you know, my dad, woo, cuckoo. But anyways, I'm not trying to just gripe, but it's like, y'all, like, what is this world coming to? Like, starting today is the first full day of me being homeless. And also, I was doing Uber Eats. My Uber Eats account just got deactivated today. So I don't know what I'm going to do out here, you know? Before, I would be able to just go get a hotel room, but I've been going back and forth with Uber the past 3 or 4 days because basically like this. When I first signed up for Uber, I had, I think I kind of stumbled that, but whenever I first signed up for Uber, I was in New York, and I did it up there for about a year. But then I moved to back home to Tennessee, and whenever I moved back here, they said, oh, well, you'll have to create another account since it's in a different state. And I was like, all right. Well, I've gone back and forth with them on this topic, but it's against their guidelines to have more than one account. Okay, that's fine with me. But you told me to create another account, and now here it is. I joined Uber in 2019. It is 2023, and we are still going over this topic. So, I don't know. I do want to, I am thinking about just getting a part-time job because I still need money. Like, even if I don't get a place, because my credit is shit. And if I go apply for an apartment, even if I have a job bringing in the money, I'm probably not going to get it approved by myself. So that's why, like, I really just want to focus on creating content and starting this channel back up because, y'all, I don't see myself doing anything else. It's even like this. Think of yourself as being a lawyer or a doctor, or like you are doing the same thing every day over and over. Like, I have to talk regardless. No matter what, I have to talk. You know what I mean? But you don't have to defend somebody in a murder trial every day. Oh my God, think about that. Think about being for real. And I know they get a lot of flack, but, like, think about being a police officer, y'all. And, man, I forgot to fix the lighting in here this time. But it's okay. Next time, I'll get it fixed. Sorry for the inconvenience. But, So if it's a little dark in here today, I do apologize about that. But police get a lot of flack. But can you imagine being a police officer? Like, man, that has to be traumatic. And so I ain't even gonna lie. Shout out to the cool police officers though, because I done ran across a couple where you ever get caught with a little bit of weed and they're like, man, just put that shit out somewhere, man, or like, but the majority of police are not cool. Like, they're party poopers, and if really honestly for me, well, besides like the brutality and the killing innocent people and stuff like that, or even if they are guilty, you don't have to kill them. You don't have to put your knee on their throat or anything like that. That's crazy. But if weed was legal, I think it'd be a smoother planet. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a lot cooler. Pretty much, yeah. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing in life, and but I did get a this. And it's basically just a GoPro necklace. So if I do get back going to doing Uber Eats deliveries, I want to start doing content like that also. And I'll probably just put that on TikTok, or I don't know. I might put some of that on here as well. But I'll put my social media in the links below. Anyways, but it's like even with me in this situation I am being homeless, I slept on a hammock last night, and I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't sleep that good. And it's not that it wasn't comfortable, I just couldn't get comfortable, if that makes any sense. Doesn't sound like it does. But I don't know. I do have a vision, but to explain it, man, would take a couple hours. So just if y'all support me and if y'all fuck with me, just keep following your boy and see what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, that's so cringe. Anyways, sorry, that's my little silly goose getting out. But yeah, pretty much. What happened was I'm gonna be jumping all over the place. I'm like a little Mexican jumping bean. You ever see one of those things? You ever get one of the Mexicans and that thing just be jumping all around? But I do. One thing I would like to do is fix my credit, because I feel like that would help me like be able to get my own place, because it's pretty much I don't need a roommate unless like you're a girl and have a vagina. Like I'm sorry, I don't really want to have a roommate, and but at the same time, like if we could get a house together that's like a house full of creative minds, you know what I'm saying, where everybody's trying to do their own thing, whether it be music or stream video games or whatever. Like I would be down to have roommates like that. But when have roommates that don't want to do or don't have any, like, I don't know, they just pretty much go to work and then come home and watch TV or play Call of Duty. Like, I love video games too, but that's not what I want to do with my whole life, you know what I mean? So, but one thing I was going to say I want to start working on is fixing my credit and just trying to be like somewhat more responsible. But it's like, man, I do not see myself just like, I'm sorry, like working at like Subway or something when I'm 65. Like, y'all, I don't know what we're gonna do, because not only can I not get an approved for an apartment, but my dad can't get an approved for an apartment either. So I don't know what I'm gonna do in life, and but yeah, maybe I'll win some scratch offs or something, because I don't know if this YouTube shit gonna work or not. But anyway, but for real though, think about this though. Like we go to and I'll be going back and forth on some of the same topics, and I'll only be a couple more minutes. But y'all, like, think about all the AI taking jobs now. Like for real, you do go inside. Like the only thing you ain't doing in these restaurants nowadays is making the food. One day we gonna go to Taco Bell. We gonna have to make our own damn tacos, and because I mean, I feel sorry for the old people, because my grandma, like, she go to Kroger or Walmart, and she got a big buggy full of stuff, and the only thing open is self checkout. She just leave her buggy right there because she don't even know how to use it. But it's like this, like, I feel bad for her, but I don't feel bad for her, because it's like at the same time, times change, and time doesn't wait on nobody. Like, if you ain't rolling with the times, you're gonna get left behind. So you kind of almost just have to get accustomed to the way life is being nowadays. And soon I feel like we'll become a cashless society, meaning everything will just be digital. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, pretty much, I feel like your phone is pretty much you. I feel if anybody goes inside your phone, like, even if they just open it, like, put the password in, I feel like that should be a felony. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because, man, like, everything's in my phone. Like, everything. My money, my identity, my life. But my music, like, geez, like, everything. But some other stuff I do want to just talk about on this channel is, like, just dumb stuff. Like, what's the top 5 places to get tenders? I'll tell you the top 2, Slim Chickens and Raising Cane's. And they're building a Raising Cane's in Hendersonville right next to a Slim Chickens. What do you think about that? And just, I don't know, just like, let's talk about how the Suicide Boys just went through the whole month and just merged shit. You know what I'm saying? They just came through killing shit through the month of May. I mean, they dropped the Yin Yang tapes was every Friday in May, they would drop a EP, and guaranteed it was only three songs plus the intro, so you got 4 tracks, being that you're only getting 12 new songs throughout that whole month. But everybody knows the Suicide Boys formula. They're giving you, which at the same time, I was about to say they're giving you like 1.5 minute, 2-minute songs, but these songs lately have been 3.5, 4-minute songs. And but they came through them today. They gave us 4 EPs all through the month of May, the Yin Yang tapes. You got the spring, summer, fall, and winter. And let's not forget, they were also on the Fast X soundtrack with a song, Datura, which you can find that on Spotify or any of your streaming services. I overthink everything, so I think this is cringe already. But I feel better now than when I was doing the videos before, if that made sense. So if anybody's made it this long, man, shout out to you. And just I'm a Virgo, so I get emotional, and my friend that lets me use the garage, she'll tell you that. And I just want to shout out to you again, Brandy. Like, thank you so much for just, like, sticking with me, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, some people be hitting me up and asking me to kick it and stuff, but y'all, I am a douche. I am an asshole, I feel like. And shout out to everybody that puts up with me, like my family and stuff. And one thing I just want to say, and I say this all the time, if you're having parental issues, just know that, like, humans are really the only species that try to impress or make their parents proud. So you don't see deer and catfish and chickens out here trying to impress their animals. Well, maybe you do. I don't know, depending on how they're raised. But we got a dog, Ollie. I don't even think he knows where his family's at, and he happy as hell. So just live life. And well, let me go through here and see if there's anything else I need to talk about. Man, I'm kind of stressed out right now because I can't earn no money right now. Pretty much, like, growing up, I watched David Letterman and Jay Leno. Whenever I would go to school, I would be asleep. And I'm talking about, like, kindergarten, 1st grade. Whenever my parents had parent-teacher conferences at school, my teachers would get on to my parents because they would let me stay up late night watching David Letterman. That was my favorite. Jay Leno, he was cool, but he had big-ass chin, so, I don't know, he was kind of creepy. But, so I guess that's really where I got, like, the idea of even doing this. And then, and I've probably talked about this before, and I'm almost done, and I've probably said that before. Oh yeah, free Young Thug. When in doubt, stick that pinky out. And one more thing I would like to say, because it was at the bottom of my notes, and it's referring to Governor Bill Lee. He last year made it a felony for people to be caught sleeping outside. And I do understand that we need to, like, do a problem about the homeless and everything like that. But one thing I want to say is, like, because it's affecting people like me. So basically my thing is, Are you going to arrest me for existing? Because I can't get an approved for an apartment by myself. So Governor Bill Lee, would you like to give me an apartment? Or what are we doing? Like, really? Because how do I get a fresh start if I'm just really, you think about it, you're literally just being punished for existing. And I say this all the time, and I don't mean to sound selfish, but I didn't ask to be here. I didn't say, okay, it's my turn to be thrown out into the world. My dad and my mother did the doody-doo, and then here I came, and then my mom committed suicide, and then me and my dad just don't have a good relationship. And so, like I said this before, I feel like a caterpillar just thrown out here trying to find his little cocoon to turn into a butterfly. But I am so serious. Is it illegal to exist? Governor Bill Lee, what are you doing? I mean, if you want us to find a place to live, make it fucking affordable, you junkie bitch. When in doubt, you stick that pinky out. And I'm Petty Pinky, and I'm sticking out my pinky. And holla at your boy, you junkies.